Hey y'all, it's me, Lynn Daniel, coming to you today on the Buddy Zone. So I am coming to talk about lesson planning, okay? Now, this is not a video in the series, but I am going to direct you to the To Be a Teacher collab that was started by Brandon from Senior S's Spanish Bot. And many of us made videos about what it required of us to become a teacher. And I did a video on teacher evaluations or teacher observations. Brandon did one on extracurricular activities. Ruth did a video on Common Core Math, and there are many, many others. So I am going to direct you to those videos. I will provide links below, even though this video is not in the series. I'm just coming today because I have been watching some very informative videos on lesson planning for various grade levels, and I watched one for high school, I watched one for kindergarten, one for some of the lower elementary grades, and I just want to touch base on how I lesson plan for 7th and 8th grade. Well, I'm teaching 7th grade now, but I've taught middle school forever, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, primarily the majority of that time in 7th and 8th grade. And so at the start of the year, I was teaching both 7th and 8th grade writing. And my school this year, we are all using, as the school-based format, we're using Google Docs. And so as you can see, I'm just kind of showing you, this is my lesson plans for this week. My school, we have a website where all of our lesson plans are hooked to that website or linked to that website, so when we upload them, they go in our personal folders or something, and our administration can access those and just check to see how current we are. So as you can see, my administration provided us 2 templates to use, and this is the one that my colleague who teaches 8th grade ELA, she and I are using the same template. It just kind of helps with planning and discussions and stuff like that when we share. So as you can see, you know, my principal would like for us to put our grade level, our content area, and the dates. So I have the week there, and then our standards, our Common Core standards, or, you know, our state standards that we use, or identified. Okay, and then we do our module number is here with, I put in my module, I just have some questions with Bloom's language, Bloom's verbs, and I have this Bloom's taxonomy sheet here with different verbs for, this is like cognitive domain verbs. Then there's one for like action verbs for your psychomotor and for affective. So these are the verbs that I use when I am identifying the rigor for the discussion questions, because we want to get all of the levels, not just level 1 or level 2. We want to move through levels 1, 2, and 3 up and down, and Bloom's even, you know, Bloom's has a very good way of pulling out those verbs, so I put them here. Okay, and then your essential question or essential objectives there, then of course the days of the week. And not only do I put my content, but any schedule changes or any other things that are required of us, I put, oops, I misspelled that, I left the G off, I put here. So we had a presentation yesterday, and today we had a writing assessment. Tomorrow we will have our early release day, and what's required of us there, we do our well-managed classroom, we do our project-based learning, and then we do interventions on that day, and then Thursday and Friday, what content. So in the videos that I saw, many of the teachers said they just outline, you know, they just do a little framework. And I used to do that at points in times in my profession. It really depended on, you know, where I was professionally, my other requirements, and things that like may have supported me with teaching. So if I had a lot of materials or different tools or resources available that supported me, I felt that maybe I didn't need to include all of that. But now, you know, I'm back at really doing what I think are some pretty full lesson plans. I mean, they're not perfect. This just seems to work for me because I have a lot that I need to remember, and it's easier if I don't have it in my head. If I have it on paper, I can just refer back to the paper. I don't have to worry about having it in my head. And for me, that's easier because I'm having, you know, I have a lot that I'm doing right now. So as you can see, I've identified the novel, the chapters, and I put quiz. And then I even decided to change the quiz from a paper quiz to, we did what's called quizzes. So I'm gonna add that on here. We did quizzes. It's a game online. And so we did quizzes yesterday, and we did quizzes again today. Also today we had a revamped schedule. So I'm gonna put C, modified schedule. And I might even add it in here later. I won't do it right now, but so now I like to put a lot because of how my school is an elementary school. It's fast paced. We have a lot scheduled in, and then we have to accommodate a lot of different things. So for me, it's just easier if I just notate everything. And so my lesson, I include links to audio, videos, resources that I'm going to use, news ELA articles. I can provide the link, and then that way I can just click on it and then show it to my students on the smart board as we read it, mark it up and annotate it on the smart board, and different things like that. Yeah, and then, you know, as you can see, like with this Cesar Chavez speech that we are reading, then I highlight the paragraphs in the speech that we will spend time on for the day, so that way we can closely read the text and attend to the text. We did not get to it today because of our modified schedule for our testing, so we will get to that tomorrow. But I just find it, for me, very helpful. And plus, my administrators, this is what they want us to include. They want the vocabulary to teach and discuss. They want the activities. They want you to tell how you're modeling and teaching. So we have to identify all of these things in our lessons. They want that guided active learning part, how we check for understanding, whether it's with an exit ticket or some sort of parking lot or Q&A or quizzes. You can do quizzes or Kahoots or something. You're summarizing, debriefing, exit tickets can work here, or some kind of lesson wrap up. So and I kind of like this, even though it may seem like a lot. Again, this is what I like about it. It gets it out of my head and it puts it on the paper. I can rehearse it and, like kind of read over it, go over it, check my page numbers, check my resources, all my materials, make sure things are squared away and where they need to be. And then that way I can kind of smoothly go through the lesson. Now, and it doesn't go smoothly every day. And there are days when I don't get through everything because that's just reality. Like today, I overplanned. So because of the modified schedule, we did not get to the speech. We just did one chapter in the novel, and then we did the quizzes to assess their learning and their retention of the information from the chapter. Now, earlier in the year, I did show you all the lesson plan book that I purchased from Purple Trail, I think is the name of it. And I just took everything out of this and put it in a very big binder because this is too small. Here's what I recommend Purple Trail do, because I really like, and I paid a lot of money, okay? I paid a lot of money for this thing, but I had a little extra money saved over and I did a splurge on myself. But I would recommend that they give the option of what size rings you want, because I really need like a 3-inch ring, and because of how much planning I do for the content, and then I do Engage New York ELA, and that is requiring a lot. So I would recommend that Purple Trail consider giving you the option of upping the size of those rings, so that all of that content is now in a 3-inch ring binder at school. But all of my lessons are here. I make a hard copy and I have it on my desk, and I can mark it up and like say, you know, what I did not get a chance to cover and what I can extend into the next day or whatever. And so, and then I like this too because, let me see if I can go back. I know I can go, yeah. I can go back and look at previous weeks. Everything is it's so simple. It's just right there. You know, it's just so simple. And you have everything that you need, you know? So, okay, I just wanted to put my 2 cents in there, you all, just to kind of share it from a middle school, upper grade perspective, okay? All right, y'all, be blessed. Bye.